Alright, so I have a file here where I've placed all my rooms, and it's kind of difficult to see. This is kind of my messy floor plan, but if you want to be able to see where you've placed rooms, you can go to your sort of everything on floor plan like we talked about. Go to your visibility graphics, so VV twice, and scroll down to rooms, expand rooms, and turn on the interior fill. Now you can see where you've placed rooms and where you haven't placed rooms, so if you've missed one you can go in and sort of fix that. If I hover over this room here and pick it, you're going to see that I have it named, numbered, I have an occupancy and a department and a floor finish. So you want to have all of those filled out. It's probably easier to go in and make a schedule and fill all those out in a schedule. So we're going to do that and take a look at how you can see all of these parameters in a schedule. So basically we want to see the number, the name, the occupancy, the department, and the floor finish. So I'm just going to go to View, and there's a Schedules pull down, and I'm going to go to Schedules and Quantities, and I'm going to scroll down to Rooms, pick Rooms, and click OK. So what I really want from the room is I want the name, I want the number, right? I want the occupancy, and I want the department, and the floor finish. And then I can click OK, and it gives me all of that information. So if you haven't filled out anything, it's much easier to come in here. So for example, the floor finish in this closet for 4B, I haven't filled that in. It's much easier to come in here and say this is, a polished finish, right? And so you can come in and actually enter things in here, and if you enter them, it will come as an object for a pull down, and change things in here, and it will change the parameters on the room. Once you have these things defined, you can come in and you can start making diagrams like these, right? Oops, that room's selected, so it's looking red when it's not. And you can make diagrams like these particular diagrams with color schemes, which is what we're going to do next after we finish the schedules. So the other thing I'd like to do is make a schedule of conditioned and unconditioned square footages. So first of all, you would have to have the number, the name, and the area, and conditioned and unconditioned. So let's go ahead and make this room schedule again. So I'm going to delete this room schedule, and I'm going to go to View, Schedules, Schedules and Quantities, go down to Rooms again, and I'll name this Condition Unconditioned. You can name this now or afterwards. Click OK, and basically let's do the area. We want the number, and I can't remember if it was the occupancy or the department that we needed, so I'll just get both of them, right? And maybe just the name. Alright, and I'll click OK. Alright, so now we have the area, the number, the occupancy, the department. So really for the conditioned unconditioned we need the occupancy only. And I want to rearrange some of these guys too. So let's go to our fields. And I don't need the department, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So I'm going to throw that back over there. I want the area at the end, so I'm going to select it and move it to the end. I want the name, I don't know if I want it second, I guess. And then I'm going to click OK. So now that rearranges all of those guys. What I wanted to do is I want to split it between conditioned and unconditioned. So let's go to Sorting and Grouping, and we can sort by occupancy. And if I click OK, you can see now it's giving the conditioned at the top and the unconditioned at the bottom. But I'd like it to split it and put a header on it. So I'm going to go to Sorting and Grouping. I'm going to say, give me a header, right? And I also am going to go ahead and put a footer, and I'm going to tell it to do totals, because I want the area to total below each occupancy sort, and then I'll click OK. Alright, so now we've got that, but I would also like it to do the numbers in order after the conditioned, right? Because it's a little, higgledy-piggledy there. So let's go to sorting and grouping, and then by number. That's much better. Alright, so we have this. That means we don't need this, right, this column, so I'm just going to select it and hide it. Now I would really like to get the totals, because I told it to total, but it's not totaling it. Revit doesn't total things automatically because it doesn't want to do math or take up any kind of computation that doesn't need to. So we have to tell it to total the areas. So that lives under formatting. So I'm going to go to formatting, I'm going to highlight area, and I'm going to tell it to do totals and click OK. And now you're going to see total and total, which is great. We're almost there, but what I'd also like to do is I would like to get the complete total, and that is under sorting and grouping and grand totals. And you can come in and tell it to do totals only and click OK. Now I've got grand total. So there's my conditioned, unconditioned. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is add the color schemes for these.